Thank you everyone for joining us today. We are here with a live panel of international students from SUNY Geneseo. I'm going to ask all of our panelists here to introduce themselves in just 1 minute. I'm Jennifer Kenyon. I'm the Director of the International Student and Scholar Services Office at SUNY Geneseo. I am joined by my right hand, Jessica Casamano. Wave to everybody, Jessica. And then could we have our panelists introduce themselves? We'll start with Rio.
Hi everyone, my name is Rael. I'm doing the intern international student office. Sorry about me wearing face mask because I'm in a public place. And I'm from Japan and I major in...
Rio, I'm not hearing you. Does everybody else hear Rio? Oh, okay, it's just me then.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Okay. We'll go next with Daria.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Okay, good.
Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Daria Zhogina, or like friends and family call me Dasha. I'm from Russia, which is easy to remember, Dasha from Russia. I'm a senior here at Geneseo and I'm graduating this summer. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Great, how about Sharon?
Hi, my name is Sharon Patron. I'm from Colombia. I'm currently doing 2 majors, adolescent education and Spanish, and I'm a senior right now.
Great, thank you, Sharon. Henry?
Hi, my name is Henry Cleghorn. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I'm a business major, and I also play on the Geneseo hockey team.
Great, thanks, Henry. Okay, Chizoba.
My name is Chizoba Okori. I'm from Nigeria. I'm an international relations major, and I'm currently a sophomore.
Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you again for joining us today. Oh, Rayo, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I had a little problem with my audio at the beginning. Would you like to finish up?
That's fine.
Go ahead.
Should I introduce myself again?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Again, my name is Rael. I'm from Japan. I major in geography and economics, and I'm a sophomore doing the internship at International Student Office. So thank you for coming today.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I had a little bit of an issue with my sound at the beginning. All right, so we have asked students to submit questions ahead of time. So we have a list of questions that people have submitted. So I'm going to ask some questions, and if you'd like to answer, just go ahead and unmute yourself. And then if we have any traffic jams or anything like that, we'll sort it out. So we're going to start out with kind of a basic question, but why did you choose to come to SUNY Geneseo? Anybody want to start out? Okay, maybe Daria, then Sharon.
I've heard of this university when I studied here in an exchange program, and my host mom went here, and she told me all the best stories about this campus, and I visited it and it looked like this campus from Hogwarts. So when I was planning to study in America, that was one of my first choices.
Great. Sharon?
So one of the great things about Geneseo is the School of Education. We have a great School of Education, and because I wanted to be a teacher, then I decided this was the place.
Fantastic. Does anybody else want to jump in? No? We'll move on to our next question then. Let's see. So what is there to do outside of class, either on campus or off campus? What are some of your favorite things to do? Go ahead, Chizoba.
I think there are lots of things to do. On campus, there are a lot of events every week, so there's always something going on. And if you have friends, you guys can also go to Main Street. Main Street is nice. It has a lot of nice restaurants, or you can also go to Rochester, which is close by, and the bus is available to take you there. So there are a lot of things in Rochester to do. So I feel like there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I can go as well. Geneseo is obviously a pretty small town, but I think there's a lot to do in the surrounding area. Something that I've liked to do whenever my family comes and visits, we like to go hiking at Letchworth State Park or at Stony Brook. It's a really beautiful area. Kind of reminds me of home a little bit, so it's something that I really like to do, and I like to bring my friends there whenever we can and stay active and sort of take in the beautiful scenery that Geneseo has.
Great. Anybody else?
So there's something really cool about being in a rural area, and it's a lot of rural activities that I never did at home. For example, going pumpkin picking and the farms around, or maybe cutting the Christmas tree. That's also like for me. I've never done that before coming to Geneseo. Also, as Chisoba say, there's a lot of activities in Rochester. I personally, I'm a salsa dancer, so there's spots for university students in Rochester where you can do all kinds of activities.
Those are some of my favorite things too. Go ahead, Rio.
There's a lot of things to do even in on campus. Like in a beautiful day out, we have a tennis court available for everyone. We have a basket court, and we can even we can end watching the hockey games, the basketball games, like any kind of sports. So that's one of my favorite things to do in Geneseo.
Great. Great. So my next question for you all, which was a question submitted by one of our students, is there housing arrangements available for international students, and what are the residence halls like? I can start off because I helped place you guys in some of those residence halls in the first semester. Generally, the first freshman and sophomore year, students do stay on campus, and there is guaranteed housing for international students for 4 years. We have three residence halls that students generally stay in when they first arrive, and those are Steuben, Wyoming, and Wayne Hall. I think a few of you still live on campus or did at least recently. If you have any comments about your accommodations. Yeah, go ahead, Chizoba.
Yeah, I think the housing arrangement was really nice. ISSS makes it really good for you, especially as an international student coming to a foreign country. They make sure you're okay from the airport. They make sure everything is set for you. And I was in Wayne, and Wayne was really nice because it was all freshmen, and you get to meet. That's where you meet friends, and you get to meet a lot of people. And I really liked it. Like everything is available for you. There's a kitchen, there's everything inside the hall, and they're really nice.
Great. That actually leads to one of the next questions very nicely. How do you meet people and how do you make friends?
I can go. Yeah, I find just getting involved in campus activities. There's an email that goes out, something called the Geneseo Weekend Events, and it lists a bunch of on-campus or off-campus things that are going on within the area or within the school. They could be sports events, or it could be, some fundraising opportunity that you could get that you could be a part of. So, I think just getting involved in the events around school will help you meet people. Obviously, I came in here knowing nobody, and I've found a really good group of friends, obviously within the hockey team, but also outside from just going to class and taking part in these events. So that's something that really helped me.
There's a plenty of opportunities to make friends around the campus. I made a lot of friends when I was staying in my dorm. I was in Wayne when I was a first year student, and the old people I live with right now are all from like my next doors. So yeah, dorms is one of the best places to make friends. We live together, we share bathroom, we share kind of everything. So it's kind of a great opportunity to make friends.
Great. Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
Well, I think there are two other things that help you make like good friends, and is to find things that to find topics to connect. So, for example, we have a bunch of clubs in Geneseo, both cultural and academic. So, if you just want to study and focus on your studies, there's a lot of academics clubs. And the place where I found the most, like the closest friends, was in a study abroad trip. And it was it was crazy because I was not expecting to get so close to these people, but we were living together for 15 days in a foreign country, and it was just a very nice experience.
I would also like to add, even if you live off campus and even if you're not part of any sports team is actually a great way to make really good friends and clubs too. But it's also great to be part of some research. I'm part of research and I have wonderful people there with me and we're good friends. So it's also a great way for you to not only professionally connect with some people, but also to make really good friends.
That's another great segue. One of the questions asked was about the cultural clubs and representation on campus. So does anybody participate in the culture clubs, and could you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, the culture clubs are amazing. I feel like that's where I've met the people, like especially the seniors I get advice from. I'm part of the e-board for the Korean culture clubs, and there are a lot of culture clubs too you can join. There's the ASC, the African Students Association, GCC, the Japanese. There are a ton of culture clubs, and even if you don't want to stick to your culture, you can also like spread out and join another culture club and learn from the culture. I've learned a lot of things from being part of the Korean culture clubs, that culture club that I never knew about. And I feel like the culture clubs are amazing. We always have events and the events are always so nice. The performances are amazing. I really enjoy being a part of the culture clubs.
Great. Does anyone else have anything to add about the culture clubs?
I think I'll add, does anyone else want to talk? Okay.
Go ahead.
There's also the club that we were going to start last semester. It's called Bridge. And because of, not last semester, I think it was spring semester in 2020. And that's when COVID started. So we're not able to proceed with that. But there is still an idea of starting this club called Bridge. And Nami was in charge of it. It's basically a club which connects all of the cultures, where people from all of the cultures, it's not just a Japanese club or an African culture club. It's basically all cultures, and you can come, and Americans are always welcome to come there too. And so you can make American friends when you come there, and you can share your perspectives. Basically, it's great to just connect with other international students and talk about your experiences in America and share them with Americans, which is great. So hopefully it will start maybe next semester.
I hope so too. That club was something I was very excited about. And you're right, we got a little bit derailed by the whole pandemic situation, but I think we'll hopefully have a chance to get going with that again soon. So my next question is also about life on campus. For those of you who live on campus, could you tell us a bit about what's the food like, and do you find any kinds of diverse foods on campus?
I mean, in all honesty, I don't think there's a lot of food culture variation, but I feel like the school does a good job in there's a lot of variation. There's the vegetarian option. There's also like a good gluten-free option. And I feel like the school also does good for students in terms of like having a weekly special menu or a monthly special menu where they do a different cultural food. And I feel like that's good, but just in general, I don't think there's a lot, but I think the school does a good job.
Great, thank you. Does anyone else have any comments on the food? Okay, we can move on. So another question that we got, Daria, you actually mentioned research earlier. We have a question about how can I get the opportunity to be involved in research on campus?
Yeah, that's something that I was interested to when I was coming here, because I only had 2 years to study here as a transfer student. And basically it's all about making connection with some professors that you're inspired by. And it doesn't have to be some, it basically doesn't matter which professor you connect with. It's just, you gotta find someone that you're interested in and their research, and look into their research, and you gotta just talk to them and explain that you're interested in doing research on this topic. And it's always what I love about Geneseo, that it's not forced on you how, like, which topic you pick or which research you do. It's basically whatever you want to do. And there's so many opportunities here at Geneseo, and it's just so impressive because you can do really high scale, high level research, and there are many opportunities, a lot of grants, there are a lot of scholarships offered for you if you're interested in proceeding with your research and making it something bigger and more serious. So there are wonderful opportunities here on campus.
Go ahead.
So one of the great things about Geneseo is that it's kind of very close integrated. So all of the departments, or most of the departments, have professors that know professors in another department. So for example, I'm a language major and education major, but most of the research that I have done is basically on linguistics and anthropology, which is crazy because that's not my area, but it's one of the things that I found I feel passionate about, right? So the fact that the professors in the anthropology department were nice enough to let me be part of that research, or to just be open with me and tell me, yes, I can guide you with this or that. That's very cool. Like, professors here are very, very kind and very approachable, and that makes everything so much easier.
That's another great segue, because one of the other questions is, what are the professors like? So if anyone else would like to add about maybe how your classes are or how your professors are. Go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, in terms of all the business classes that I've had, all the professors have been really helpful. Do not feel like you can't reach out to them, because I feel like that's just getting to know them better is how you do better in the class, how you obviously make a connection, and they're obviously willing to help you if you put in the work as well. So I think Geneseo, also being a liberal arts school and that you have to take a bunch of classes outside of your major, I think that's really important. And the teachers who maybe you take a class that's outside of your major, and that teacher might know that this is not one of your strong suits, I think they do a really good job at sort of accommodating the things that you might not know, and are always willing to help you out, whether it's through office hours or obviously in class, or just through email. They're always willing to help and make your life a lot easier.
Great, thanks. Another question that we have here is, can you tell us, now that you've actually been a student at Geneseo for some time, what is your favorite thing about attending Geneseo? This is a question for everyone.
I can start, because, sorry, do you want to go? Okay, I'll go. I think campus, even looking at it in your background, it's so beautiful. I think just the campus itself is gorgeous. It's literally like Hogwarts, and it doesn't disappoint at all. And before COVID restrictions began and we had to go off campus, it was just my most favorite to go to Newton, to ISC, to Bailey, all of those beautiful, beautiful buildings. And the sunset, of course, the famous sunset at Geneseo is very, very beautiful, and sitting at the gazebo is just wonderful watching it.
Sure, go ahead.
I think my favorite part about Geneseo is just the community. Everyone is so nice. There's always someone you can talk to, and you can just reach out to anyone, and they're always there to help you out, to answer your question. And it's just easy to talk to people here. I like how everyone feels like family here, like even though we're all very different. I just like the community is amazing.
Great. Sure.
Yeah, as we talked about, for me, professors are very, very great persons. Like they're all friendly. We don't have to hesitate a lot to talk with them, like about any problems that we have in class. And like even like student information is often shared among professors. So like many professors will know about me, and even from other department professors are really passionate enough to stimulate me. So that's which one of the reasons I changed my major. I was inspired by professors from other department, and so professors are like really amazing people here. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
I think I have to agree with Rio. For me, it's professors too. I think the best relationships I have formed in Geneseo are with some of the professors. There are professors from all around the world. Like I have professors from Spain, Portugal, Japan, um, Russia. Like I remember there were like 2 or 3 semesters where all of my professors were from other countries. So I think the amount of um, cultural diversity and perspective that that brings to the table, it's very important, and I have learned so much thanks to that.
Great. Yeah, go ahead, Henry.
Like Chizoba said, I think it's the community, and I think it's the size of the school that's really nice. Something that I was looking for. I didn't really want to be drowned out in a big school. I wanted to be able to, when you walk around the school or the campus, you want to see people who you know, and I feel like that's something that Geneseo brings. You get to see obviously familiar faces, and you get to be a part of a community within the students and obviously the surrounding community.
Fantastic. So I have one question left for you all. My question is, if you had any advice for a new student coming to SUNY Geneseo, what would it be? Yeah, go ahead.
Bring a big coat.
That's very good advice. And as someone who's not from New York, I agree 100%. A big coat helps a lot. Go ahead, Dasha.
I think what I would personally recommend, it depends on what the upcoming students are looking for. If that's, like I said, research, I personally, that was my goal when I was coming here, and I would recommend start doing research as soon as you can, because I kind of postponed it for the second year and I only had 2 years here. So I wish I started doing it the first semester, the first week of school that I transferred here, and do internships literally the first semester when you get here, or second, like just start doing it as soon as you can, because there's so much that this school offers. And one of the regrets that I have right now is that I don't have enough of time to absorb all of these experiences that the school offers. So just try to do it all as soon as you can.
That's really good advice. Okay, Chizoba.
I agree with Dasha. I think it's so important. Like communication is so important in Geneseo. Like I wish I had been more out there and talked to people my freshman year, because like now getting to talk to more people is making me like see more about the school and think about doing more. And I feel like communicating with other people is really important coming.
Great, great. Sure, Henry.
Yeah, I think as a new student coming into Geneseo, just getting involved, obviously making connections with people and being able to network, whether it's something that, whether it's for your job or a career that you want, or maybe if it's just to join a club or obviously one of the other options at school. So I think just meeting people, getting out there and, stepping outside of your comfort zone is something that college is all about. And I think Geneseo really allows you to do that. And it really is just the perfect spot to go to school.
Yeah, as Henry said, I would recommend like being ready to do everything you want to do. Like this is an amazing community. So if you're interested in doing something new, you can talk to anybody who might know about it. Like nobody will diffuse you, and professors are great, and cultural clubs are always welcoming new students, and any sport team will welcome everyone. So people here are nice, so there's no need for hesitation to do something new. So that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think the most important thing is to be hungry for experiences and to be hungry for knowledge. Because when you have the energy and when you want to just be out there and have as many experiences as you can with the community and with just with everyone, with with environment itself in college, like just going to like a seawall and watch the sunset, or if you just want to be out there and do as much research as you want, learn as much as you want, read as much as you can. All of those things are like that hunger for knowledge and experiences. That's the best thing you can arrive here with.
That's such a great point to end on. I agree 100%. I think as long as you come to college with that hunger for new things and knowledge and information and new experiences, I think you'll have a great experience any place you go. But you guys have done such a great job. Thank you so much to our panelists today, Rayo, Daria, Sharon, Henry, Chizoba. I really appreciate your time. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for answering all of our prospective student questions. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.